Hello everyone, today I am going to talk about India's inflation and food price crisis. India is the world's largest producer of milk, the second largest producer of vegetables, and yet in August 2023, a kilogram of tomatoes cost more than 200 rupees. This video asks a simple question. Why does food in India keeps dangerously expensive and what can we do about it? The problem in numbers. India's food inflation has averaged 6 to 9% over the last 5 years, nearly double the RBI's comfort zone of 4%. For the bottom half of Indian households, food absorbs over 50% of their total expenditure. This means that every time onions spike or pulses become scarce, it is not a market inconvenience, it is a household survival crisis. The poor don't have investment portfolios to hedge against inflation. Their only hedge is skipping meals. Root causes. Why does this keep happening? So there are three structural failures. First, supply shocks. Erratic monsoons damage kharif and rabi crops. Tomatoes, onions and pulses see 100 to 300% seasonal price spikes because India has cold storage for barely 11% of its perishable produce. We produce enough. We just can't deliver it. Second, fuel and transport costs. High diesel prices inflate last mile logistics, pushing farm gate prices 15 to 30% higher by the time goods reach the shelf. Third, MSP and procurement bias. Government support systems focus on wheat and rice. Pulses and vegetables, the actual inflation drivers, are left entirely to market volatility. Historical context. This is not a new story. In 1966, India begged for PL 480, American wheat aid. That crisis triggered the Green Revolution. In 2009-10, food inflation hit 18%, dal prices doubled, and a government fell from political grace. COVID in 2020 disrupted harvests through migrant labor exits, and in 2023 El Nino and supply disruptions pushed tomatoes to 250 per kilogram. Different decades, same broken systems. Solution and roadmap. What can be done? A three-phase roadmap. In the short term, we can release buffer stock faster, build real-time mandi price portals, and establish predictable export rules so panic bans don't worsen domestic volatility. In the medium term, expand cold chain infrastructures under PM Gati Shakti, introduce Kisan Rail for perishables, and incentivize crop diversification away from wheat and rice. In the long term, we can invest in climate resilience, seed varieties through ICAR, scale farmer producer organizations, and build a truly unified national market through APMC reform and ENAM. Barriers to this implementation. Implementation is hard. The 2021 farmer laws showed that even well-designed market reforms can collapse under political pressure. Agriculture is a state subject. APMC reform needs 28 state governments to cooperate, and cold chain infrastructures competes with Manrega, defense and social welfare for an already stretched budget. Climate unpredictability means a single bad monsoon can undo years of supply side progress. Finally, India cannot achieve Viksit Bharat with food insecurity at its base. The problem is not production. India produces enough. The problem is the broken system between farmer and plate. The solution requires reforming incentives, building infrastructure, and taming the political economy of agriculture. The time to act is not afar. The next tomato crisis, it is now. Thank you.